I broke their heart because I was just honest. I didn't really like them, and part of me, well, they they kind of didn't understand my worth. I was there. I was an option, but I wanted to feel desired. And after the breakup, they went home. This was in college, so I went on my porch. I had like a little porch in my cockroach-infested apartment in Athens, Georgia. And I remember in the back of my mind thinking, did they deserve it? Did they deserve it? Because that was messed up. We had a conversation a month prior, honestly, about our relationship and the fact that I needed more. I felt like I wasn't getting enough. And I didn't feel good about that conversation. It just needed to happen. But part of me was like, did they even deserve that kind of conversation? Because what if I already knew that we weren't going to work and I was wasting both of our time? Like, shouldn't I just been upfront and honest? But then part of us, we don't even know oftentimes when we're dating or when we're with somebody, if something is going to work out. We're kind of just figuring it out for the first time. And so I think like holding these moments of heartbreak and having to tell somebody that you are no longer into them, or that this relationship is not working for you. You can think about it, oh man, did they deserve it? That was just so terrible of me. But you know what? This world is not perfect, and you are not either. And you are going to have to make mistakes, and you're going to have to realize when it's time to cut things off. And sadly, you'll have to let go of a lot of people that just aren't good for you, and you're not good for them. And it's not a matter of like, well, did they deserve that kind of heartbreak and that kind of turmoil? I don't think anyone deserves anything. I think that life gives you experiences, and although you will be hurt, and you will be taken advantage of, and you will have moments where you will really question the fate of humanity, I think the best thing you can do is not take these things too personally, and instead focus on how you can become better from them. Anytime that I was like, I didn't deserve this, why would someone do this to me? It didn't lead me anywhere. It made me feel bad, and it's a normal part of the human experience to feel upset about things. Like, if somebody cheats on you, yeah, you didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Doesn't mean it won't happen sometimes. Doesn't mean that somebody will go against their own judgment and do something bad. It happens, and I think what I'm trying to convey is if you feel like you are being wronged in your life right now by your girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, friend, family, whoever, I don't want you to believe that you deserve it. That all of this pain and all these bad things is something that you have somehow inflicted onto yourself, and you are a worthless person, and this is just what you're going to have for the rest of your life. Because you don't. You don't. In the same sense, you could make an argument, though. Well, do you deserve the good things? Do you deserve having love and all these things? Listen, if that's something that you want and you work towards it, yes, I think you do deserve it. But if you were trying your best, if you were being the best person that you could, and if you were trying to genuinely be a good partner to somebody else, and they fumbled the bag, they were so disrespectful, they cheated on you, they made you believe that you were not worthy as a person, I'm sorry that happened, but you didn't deserve that. In a similar sense, if you messed up, if you were bad in a relationship, if you know that you were terrible, okay? All of us have been there. All of us have made this mistake. I think it takes a lot of maturity to be able to ask yourself the question, did they deserve it? The person that you wronged, did they deserve getting treated like that? And oftentimes the answer is always no, they didn't. that was on me. And you can't go into the past and change these things. If you really did a number and you were really just brutal to somebody, hey, I don't think your life is over for that. I don't think that it's, you cooked yourself. I think you just need to be honest, and you need to make a change so it doesn't happen again. A good thing to do is apologize. I had to apologize too. Many times. Many, many times. And each time, I learned a little bit something about myself. I learned, okay, leading people on is bad. I learned, okay, I need to communicate how I feel. I learned, okay, I need to realize when somebody just does not want to have a relationship and they're doing it to please me, and I need to be okay with letting that go. But Zerk, what about the people that have done me wrong? What about the people that have made fun of me, that put me in terrible situations? Don't they deserve something bad happening to them? Don't they deserve to feel the wrath of somebody doing something equally, or if not worse, to them? Isn't that the beauty of revenge? Maybe they do deserve it. Maybe they do deserve to have somebody mess with them and ruin their life. But maybe that's out of your control. And you know what? At the end of the day, you can't change other people. And although you can try to point things out and you can try to be like, do you see how you hurt me? Do you see how this happened? Wishing the worst onto somebody else is a waste of energy that I spent too much of my life doing. Because I'll tell you something straight up. The people that did you wrong in your life, they don't care. They didn't care enough in the beginning when they knew you to give you respect. Why do you think they would care how you feel about them afterwards? Why do you think they would even give that any kind of attention? They don't. They don't. And it's a trap to feel like you need to stew over these emotions and wish the worst and find ways to get revenge. But no. The answer is no. But here's what I'll say. I believe that anything that you do, any action, positive or negative, has some kind of return in your life. It's rarely ever in the way that you think. It's not like if you pay for somebody's coffee, somebody in line is going to go and buy you another coffee. That's usually not how this works. But the way that I've found it work in my life is the people that have done me the most wrong are rarely the most happy with their life, with their choices, with who they are. And anytime that I've done something where I thought it was noble or I thought it was good, and I did it just cause I want to be a good human, and it's not coming from a place of, I can't wait when somebody repays me. No, it's the right thing to do, so I do it. I'm helped out in other ways. This is why I have a hard time with things like stealing or with things like, being disrespectful to people. I just feel like it'll always come back to me, and it always does. And no matter how woo-woo or whatever your faith is, I'm sure that there is something in your own life that you can look to where you did something bad and it came back even worse. Or you did something good and you reaped the benefit in some kind of other way. And it was confusing, but you're like, why are people being so nice to me? Why are people helping me out? I think at the end of the day, if you are a good person, you'll find good people and good things will happen. Maybe I don't have any scientific evidence for that, but that's just been the case of my own life, so take it with a grain of salt. But if they deserve it, they'll get it. I've rarely found, People who are undeserving of things, yes, they get things sometimes. Sure, they get accolades. They make a bunch of money. And I'm sure, you can think of people who were, a bully at your high school and now they're balling out. They're like an influencer or something. But again, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's up with their life. You don't know how those things are working themselves out. The focus of other people, the obsession of like, how is this person doing? How is that person doing? Is something I still deal with. Like I still, wonder about, some of the people that were a little disrespectful to me when I was younger. Like where are they at now? But I don't, if I were to see them now, I would never be like, I bossed up. Look at me now, bro. Like, we're all people. We all make mistakes. And do they deserve to be disrespected like that now as adults for actions that they did in the past? It's the same thing as like people will judge you, for your past, and they won't look at you for the person that you are right now. And it's a hard thing. I've judged people because of their past, and it was because I was insecure with my own. Stop holding on to the laundry list of bad things that someone has done to you. It doesn't mean you forget about it. It doesn't mean that you just move on like it never happened. That's not what I'm telling you. But what I'm telling you is the more weight that you give these things that happened to you when you were younger, and you don't work through them and you don't figure out, okay, how can I deal with this now as an adult and learn from it and now build something for myself that isn't completely ruined by the emotions that I have to the things that happened to me. That's how you win. That's how you free yourself of the pain. Because there is kind of, I don't want to discredit the things that have happened to you and the way that made you feel, but you will spend your whole life wishing for an apology from someone who doesn't even have it in their mind that they could give you one. For what? For what? I didn't do anything wrong. There are plenty of people that are convinced that their way of life is the right way, and if it means harming you, then that's good. I spent so much of my life waiting on a couple people to apologize to me for disrespecting me and treating me really bad. But then I also reflected and I'm like, I've been that person. I've treated people really poorly, and it was usually out of my own selfish interest. Did they deserve it? I don't think so. I think that they were great. They were nice. They were really, really cordial with me, and I thought I needed to be disrespectful. I was trying to protect something from my own self. And I've apologized to a few of those people, but honestly, it's still something I think about. It's still something that doesn't sit right with me. And what I've done, the thing that I've realized after, you can apologize so many times, but really what matters is how do you change as a person? How do you take that kind of version of you that maybe wasn't the most respectful, maybe you made fun of somebody, made someone really offended or sad or upset, and how do you learn from it so it does not repeat again? Because what I can tell you is usually if somebody does you wrong, they're starting a pattern, and that pattern it's kind of like an old steam engine train. It's kind of just starting to. They're pulling out of the station and they're going into a life of just not doing people well. You can't obsess over these kind of people. You just can't. Trust me. I've been hurt a lot. And I don't think I deserved it. But I don't even know if the people that hurt me understand that they did that. And also, I don't think that if I went my entire life without being in pain and hurt and going through like emotional turmoil and people lying to me, gaslighting me, telling me that things were a one way when they were a different way, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. And Zerky Show, although you've gone through a lot, you've been hurt you've hurt other people, there is something to be said about being grateful for the scars on your body. The things that you've learned from your life experience and from the fact that you weren't perfect. That's something that you deserve. To figure out who you are, what you stand for, what you don't stand for, and to make sure it doesn't happen to you again. That's something that you deserve. Spending your life waiting for somebody to apologize, though, and give you some kind of moral superiority. You don't deserve to be waiting for somebody else. You don't deserve to just be in the dark for the rest of your days. You deserve to move on. You deserve to continue your life. Meet somebody who's good for you, who will love you and accept you for your flaws. And spend the rest of your life the way that you want, with your own perspective, free of any kind of hold, because you're just waiting for someone to say sorry. Did you deserve it? You didn't. Is it your problem now and something that you have to deal with? It is. Do you deserve to learn and become a better person from the things that put you at your lowest? Yeah, 100%. In Zerky Show, there isn't a doubt in my mind that you right now have the capability to do that. So take yourself seriously. And go make me proud. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. Today's episode of The Zerky Show was filmed in the wind of Cripple Creek, Colorado. Beautiful Cripple Creek here in one of my favorite states. Man, it is windy. What? Did you know that The Zerky Show is everywhere you go? That is correct. You can watch it, you can scroll it, you can stream it. The choice is yours. If you want to tap in, these are the best ways to tap in. Do the things that bring you joy. Don't worry about your hairline so much, man. Mine is cooked too, and we're going to be just fine. If you're trying something new, just know that I believe in you. And as always, Zerky Show, I am sending all of you, every single one of you, lots of love and peace.